Hey there, class, and welcome to another week of science. This week I've got to give a forewarning. This is going to be the most dangerous experience that we have kind of dealt with to date. And the reason for that is that we are going to be using, again, some fire, which I know we used some recently a couple weeks ago for a different experiment, but we're actually going to be making basically a rocket engine. So I think there was a little bit of confusion with some of these experiments of kind of what we're trying to achieve here. And so I'm going to explain this kind of as we go along, but we're not going to make anything itself take off and propel, but we will be creating rocket fuel and an engine of sorts. So, with that being said, I think it bears noting because this week in chemistry we're talking about bonding, and so we happen to have an interesting ingredient here, hydrogen peroxide, which is the chemical formula is H2O2, and if you were to kind of draw this out, the Lewis dot structure, you would see that the two oxygen atoms in the middle definitely display some covalent bonding. And so the reason actually that this is stored in a brown bottle is that this actually readily decomposes, breaks down into both water, which as you know has ionic bonding, and oxygen. And so we're going to use those properties to our advantage here today. So what we're going to do is we're going to pour some of the peroxide into this mason jar here. We're going to add some yeast, which actually kind of works as kind of like catalyst for us. So it's going to help kind of speed up the reaction. And we're going to shut the mason jar just with a lid, no ring, with a hole poked into here. And we're going to put some pasta on top, and the pasta, along with the jar and everything else, is going to be kind of our rocket. So let's go ahead and kind of start here. The fire comes in later. So we're going to pour some peroxide in there. Good. Okay, let me get everything ready because we got to kind of do this in a orderly fashion. We got our yeast here. I'm going to put our rocket of pasta on top, so this is the yeast. It's starting to bubble already. So the oxygen, we're starting to get a little bit of reaction in here. Disregard the doorbell, that's the dog. Here, I think this one might have gotten wet. Let's try a different piece here. There we go. There we go. Now we're getting it. So we have the oxygen escaping here through the end of our pasta due to the obvious foaming here. And this is exactly what we were looking for. So this is a concept again used by, we're getting some good fuel, look at that. This is a concept used by, again, by rocket scientists. There are varying types of rocket engines, and there's concepts like this actually, where we have got solid fuel, being the pasta, that's actually quite common and quite safe amongst again, NASA. There's liquid, solid liquid, and all types of different combinations. But this is exactly what we were looking to do here, and again, there was quite a change from and it finally went out here. I was kind of curious what it was going to do to my lid. Again, we kind of talked about the covalent bonding of hydrogen peroxide, how that changes to ionic, and then again we've got the peroxide, which readily breaks down to the catalyst, and then as oxygen is being released, the fire, and the pasta here, and as the oxygen was going up through the pasta, that's what the fire is using as fuel. So, successful experiment. Again, please be careful when doing this at home, and we will see you next week.